नमस्कार, मैं हूं श्वेता झा और आप देख रहे हैं आज तक। कोरोना वायरस, ये नाम अब दुनिया को डराने के लिए काफी है। ऐसा इसलिए क्योंकि पूरी दुनिया में कोरोना के 1 लाख से ज्यादा मरीज कंफर्म हो चुके हैं। हालात इतने गंभीर है कि इसका अंदाजा इसी बात से लगाया जा सकता है कि प्रधानमंत्री ने भी माना है कि कोरोना इस वक्त, इस युग में दुनिया के लिए एक बड़ी चुनौती है।
दुनिया में दहशत का दूसरा नाम कोरोना वायरस। एक लाख लोगों को कोरोना वायरस ने बनाया अपना मरीज। भारत में भी कोरोना के अब तक 30 से ज्यादा कंफर्म केस। हर घंटे बढ़ रही है कोरोना के संदिग्धों की तादाद। अब तो प्रधानमंत्री ने भी माना, विश्व के लिए चुनौती है कोरोना। हाहाकार मच गया है कोरोना वायरस से। सबसे बड़ी और परेशान करने वाली जानकारी ये है कि पूरी दुनिया में कोरोना वायरस के 1 लाख से ज्यादा मरीजों की गिनती हो चुकी है और ये आंकड़ा घड़ी की टिक टिक के साथ बढ़ता ही जा रहा है। भारत में भी कोरोना ने हड़कंप मचाना शुरू कर दिया है। 30 से ज्यादा मरीजों में कोरोना वायरस को कंफर्म घोषित किया जा चुका है। इसकी चिंता खुद प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी को भी होने लगी है। प्रधानमंत्री मोदी ने भी माना है कि कोरोना खतरनाक है। प्रधानमंत्री मोदी ने भी कहा है कि इस युग की बड़ी चुनौती से लड़ना ही होगा। कार्यक्रम में प्रधानमंत्री मोदी ने कहा कि हर युग में नई नई चुनौती सामने आती है, हमारे हौसले की परीक्षा लेने के लिए और उसे मजबूत करने के लिए। जैसे आज कोविड-19 कोरोना वायरस के रूप में एक बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज दुनिया के सामने है। प्रधानमंत्री मोदी ने भारत समेत पूरी दुनिया से आह्वान किया है कि इस युग की सबसे बड़ी चुनौती कोरोना वायरस के रूप में सामने खड़ी है। कोरोना के खतरे को हराने के लिए प्रधानमंत्री मोदी ने पहले ही ऐलान कर दिया है कि वो इस बार होली मिलन समारोह में हिस्सा नहीं लेंगे। दुनिया भर में एक्सपर्ट ने सलाह दी है कि भीड़ वाले इलाकों में शामिल होने से बचें ताकि कोरोना वायरस का असर न फैल पाए। ऐसे में इस साल मैं किसी भी होली मिलन समारोह में हिस्सा नहीं लूंगा। प्रधानमंत्री मोदी की पूरे हालात पर पैनी नजर है। हालांकि कोरोना को लेकर तरह तरह की आशंकाएं और अलग अलग समाधान को लेकर अफवाहों का बाजार गर्म है। कोई कह रहा है कि मौसम में गर्मी बढ़ने से वायरस अपने आप खत्म हो जाएगा। कोई कह रहा है कि बारिश के बाद ठंड बढ़ेगी तो वायरस भी बढ़ेगा। लेकिन सरकार ने इससे लड़ने का पूरा प्लान तैयार कर लिया है। खुद देश के स्वास्थ्य मंत्री हर्षवर्धन ने मोर्चा संभाल लिया है। दिल्ली के इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट पर कोरोना से जंग लड़ने के लिए की जा रही तैयारियों का जायजा लेने के लिए वो गुरुवार की देर रात वहां पहुंचे। शुक्रवार को भी उन्होंने आश्वस्त किया कि देश को कोरोना से डरने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, जरूरत है उससे लड़ने की।
17 जनवरी से ही हम लगातार इस बार मामले में जो एक्शंस लेना जरूरी था वो हमने शुरू कर दिया था। विश्व स्वास्थ्य संगठन ने तो जनवरी के अंत में इसको अंतर्राष्ट्रीय इमरजेंसी घोषित किया। हमने उसके 2 हफ्ता पहले से सारा काम प्रारंभ कर दिया था और जो भी कुछ करना आवश्यक है, बाहर से विदेशों से आने वाले, आज तो हम 100% पैसेंजर्स की स्क्रीनिंग कर रहे हैं।
विशेषज्ञ भी मान रहे हैं कि फिलहाल कोरोना वायरस से दहशत में आने की कोई वजह नहीं है, क्योंकि हिंदुस्तान की तैयारियों के सामने कोरोना का हारना तय है। आज तक ब्यूरो।
और अब आपको सीधे लिए चलते हैं प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में रजनीश कुमार, चेयरमैन SBI के।
And then repeat question, but I promise that I will answer each and every question of yours. We can start from left to right or whatever order you want.
Sir, yeah, Alec here from Cogensis. The first question is, the draft scheme says that the 81 bonds will be permanently write off. I understand the covenant says that it could be, if there's a trigger, it could be either written off or converted into equity. Tell us the rationale of choosing write off over conversion into equity.
You are asking this question to a wrong person. So one, it is part of the draft scheme, and there are certain covenants, contractual obligations under AG1. So I would not comment on that, but when Reserve Bank of India had drafted the scheme, I'm sure they would have taken into consideration all aspects.
But there are reports
Sir,
about
with you
bond holders.
Let us, I would suggest that rather than going into 81 and these things, the role of SBI, how or what is our game plan. So these would be more relevant questions rather than around 81. Those questions you may have to probably put to RBI.
Mr. Kumar, Ritu Singh from CNBC TV 18. What will be the total quantum of investment that you will make in Yes Bank over, a longer period? Immediately, are we correct to assume you will be investing 2,450 crores? Could you please explain the math to us?
Yes, that's the right question to ask. So, how this 2,450 crore figure is coming? Currently, there are 255 crore shares outstanding, and as per the draft scheme, SBI can take up to 49%. The only requirement is that there is a lock-in of 26% for 3 years. So it sets in a way the boundary. So minimum 26% for 3 years, that is a sort of an obligation that is part of the scheme. Anything above that, up to 49%, depending upon what is the interest from other investors, what is the total capital requirement, the bank's investment would be determined. So beginning, how 2450 crore has come, because 255 crore shares are outstanding, then if we have to take 49%, then 245 crore shares multiplied by 10, so 2,550 crore. That is how the figure has come. So to that extent, this figure is correct, that if today, if SBI goes solo and picks up 49% stake, then immediate investment requirement is 2,450 crore.
So are you
One by one. So no, you can't repeat. So yeah, please. Okay. So our investment team, we have put an investment team, and Mr. Jaina is our Deputy Managing Director of Treasury. Again, there is a limit in the sense, what is the draft scheme says that the authorized capital of the company is being increased to 2,400 crore shares, right? And the face value of Yes Bank share is 2 rupees. Okay, so that way 4,800 crore is the authorized capital. Presuming, again it is a presumption, these are all presumptions. Presuming Yes Bank needs 20,000 crore rupees. Presuming, I'm saying. And you issue 2,000 crore shares at 10 rupees. So that makes it 20,000 crore rupees. Presuming, again, that SBI picks up entire 49%. We may pick up, we may not pick up. 26% of 20,000 crore, that is a commitment. If tomorrow the capital is 20,000 crore, we will pick 26% of that. That is under the scheme. That is the requirement. So our minimum investment over a period of time is 25% of say 20,000 crore or 22,000 crore. So which makes it about 5,500 crore or odd amount, right? And 2,450 crore you have said from the beginning. So this is the total commitment in terms of if it is 26%, if it is 49%, double that. So maybe 10,000 crore order.
okay? So I have to.
So, my
One by
yeah.
One by one, you people are in great hurry. I am not. So please answer every question. So Ritu, that satisfies your question. I can move to the next slide. No, then you come back. I'll come back. Yeah, please. Saloni, what are you?
So, sir, the assumption here is that you would invest 25% of
26%.
Yeah, no, 25% of the whatever amount is required.
26.
No, you just said that
26%.
presuming 20,000 crores the investment
So
required.
26% of that.
Okay.
So 5,200 crore.
Okay. So are you already in talks with private equity investors? Because there were some names which were released by the bank earlier as well, and they were but the board was already in talks with them. So are these the same people who you are in talks with?
There
or-
are many potential investors. After seeing the scheme, they have approached us, and there are some good names. What we have to keep in mind that whatever and whoever is the co-investor or has willingness, there are 2-3 things there. One is that what are the RBI guidelines? So anybody who wants to go above 5%, they have to meet the fit and proper criteria of Reserve Bank of India. If they are foreign institutional investors, they have to be eligible under foreign FDI or FPI guidelines. So there are certain regulatory norms when it comes to investment in the financial sector, particularly the banks. Why investor interest? What I am seeing that even the troubled institutions, whether it is NBFC or HFC or now the bank, there is a considerable investor interest in the financial sector of the country. So investors are seeing an opportunity here. We conducted a bid, one of the NBFCs, just last week, and very good response received, good recovery for the lenders of that NBFC. One HFC which is under administration, at least we have received, I am told, 23 expression of interest. And for Yes Bank also, people have reached out. These are all initial discussions, and then we will discuss with them, our investment team will discuss with them, work out what are the possibilities which meet regulatory guidelines, and then of course in consultation with Reserve Bank of India, subject to their complying fit and proper criteria. So we may present a plan to Reserve Bank of India along with some other names also. That is a possibility. So no firm decision, because as I said that the process is that we have received the draft scheme. It has to be vetted, examined legally. The investment team will do their due diligence in the shortest possible time with whatever available information, and then it goes to the board of the bank. And when board approves whatever is the final, that will be communicated to the stock exchange first and then.
Sir, on the moratorium.
So today whatever I am saying, these are all, as I said, that these are the thoughts. But the final decision rests with the board of SBI, and because we have certain obligations under LODR, so we will comply all those regulations. And that's what I said, that this press conference is more to give certain clarifications. Otherwise in media you write whatever you want to, so I don't want that to happen.
Sir, on the moratorium, SBI is...
Saloni, your turn is over.
Yes, sir, you indicated that whether it's 29, 26 or 49 would depend on the size of the hole in the balance sheet. So by when do you think you'll get an idea of the hole?
No, our investment team is working, and then many people have done due diligence also. Many investors have, I am told, done due diligence. Then RBI has done their inspection. So we will be able to know reasonably well.
Since the governor said that within 30 days, do you feel that the time frame?
We will work overtime 24/7. That what Honorable Governor has said, our effort from State Bank of India and whatever is within our capability, we will try that the resolution plan is approved and implemented much before what the timeline has been set by Reserve Bank of India. SBI team will not be found wanting on this account.
So any message to customers looking to shift their
Very
business out of
important
panic?
message to customers that as far as depositors are concerned, maybe because of 50,000 requirement, it is a matter of few days that there is some inconvenience. But as far as the safety of their money is concerned, Honorable Finance Minister, Honorable Governor of Reserve Bank of India, everybody has assured, and that is what I feel is the right assurance, that depositors' money is not at all at risk.
So how will shareholders get value out of this deal, SBI shareholders?
Whenever there is a stressed assets, so shareholders by nature, equity is the most risky investment.
SBI shareholders.
SBI shareholders, definitely what I believe that whatever is proposed to be done, the interest of SBI shareholders will not be compromised. What this potential investment has to be viewed. One is of course in the context of that there were not many options probably before the government and Reserve Bank of India and to take this route. But otherwise purely from investment angle, wherever investments have been made by State Bank of India, we have not lost value. You have seen SBI Cards, you have seen SBI Life, you will see SBI Mutual Fund in due course, you will see SBI General. And our co-investors in whatever form they have come, either as a joint venture or a strategic analyst, they have also not been disappointed. And it is little bit strange, which I keep on telling my friends from media and the analyst community, that you give less value to State Bank, but you are willing to give more value to my investments in my joint ventures, subsidiaries, associates. And if that is the case, so hopefully this investment, proposed investment, once it is approved by the board, will also not be against the interest of the shareholder of State Bank of India. We have done our maths, all our capital ratios, they will not be impacted. There is a very marginal impact on bank's capital adequacy ratio. All the ratios, whatever is the regulatory minimum, we maintain as a policy 50 basis point above that. So we will continue to do that without any further raising of the capital from the market, and there is no question of requesting the government for any capital. So to that extent, as far as SBI's balance sheet is concerned, SBI's P&L is concerned, SBI shareholders are concerned, there is absolutely nothing to worry about. These calls we take day in, day out, whether it is loans, whether it is investments. We do these investments, we do these loans, that they will give us the desired return. Many a times it happens, and sometimes it doesn't happen. So that is a different matter, but that is how all the investing is done. And SBI Cards, again I am saying, is a very fine example that in 3 years' time, our own investment and our co-investor
और अब से थोड़ी देर पहले एसबीआई के चेयरमैन ने एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस की जिसमें कई अहम बातें उन्होंने कही है। सबसे पहली बात यस बैंक को लेकर उन्होंने ये कहा है कि जो भी निवेशक है, जो भी खाता धारक हैं, उन्हें बिल्कुल भी घबराने की जरूरत नहीं है। उन्होंने साथ ही इस पूरे मामले में जो अपडेट दिया है वो ये है कि यस बैंक संकट पर जो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस उन्होंने की है उसमें कहा है कि 49% शेयर एसबीआई खरीद सकती है। हालांकि इस बात पर उन्होंने कहा कि अभी मैं पुख्ता तौर पर यह नहीं कह सकता क्योंकि अभी विचार विमर्श हो रहा है, लेकिन जो अभी तक बातें सामने आई है, खाताधारकों को कोई खतरा नहीं है। रजनीश कुमार ने साफ तौर पर यह बात कही, शेयरधारकों के हितों का ध्यान रखा जाएगा। 49% यानी 49% शेयर यस बैंक की एसबीआई खरीदने की सोच रहा है और साथ ही आरबीआई से इस पूरे मसले पर बातचीत भी चल रही है।
नमस्कार, मैं हूं अंजना ओम कश्यप। हमें उम्मीद है ये वीडियो आपको पसंद आया होगा। लेटेस्ट खबरों के लिए यूं ही देखते रहिए आज तक और इस वीडियो के पसंद आने पर लाइक, शेयर एंड सब्सक्राइब करना ना भूलें।